Hey guys, Asian TV here, welcome back to another video. So I was doing some research for other videos, and I came across the work of Regina Pessoa. She is a Portuguese animator, and in the past 20 years, her collection only has a handful of films, the last one being released in 2019. But what caught my attention was a trilogy of animated short films. These works called A Noisha in 1999, Tragic Story with Happy Ending in 2005, and Callie the Little Vampire in 2012. Needless to say, this video wasn't the easiest to make. The films were made in Portuguese, and I managed to only find one of these films that had English translations. As well, I wasn't able to find the entirety of one of the short films. And with the language barrier, the search ended rather quickly. But I thought it'd be interesting to dive into a much different side of the animation industry and look at some work from other places around the world. These films were interesting, so let's begin. A Noisha was Pessoa's first short film, and again, unfortunately, I was only able to find a minute of the short film. From the clip, there is a woman singing a song in Portuguese. Next to the woman, there's a child who seems to be frightened in bed. The child has really bold eyes, which draws the attention off the woman onto her. As you can see, also, the woman has a pretty blank face, so the attention is on the little girl. After a pan around, the child is seen to fall asleep as the woman leaves their room with the candle. That's all I really have, but again, from this first clip alone, you could sense a dreary theme these film series are gonna have. The next film in this trilogy is Tragic Story with a Happy Ending. And with this one, I managed to find an English version, so yippee for me. This film follows a girl who lives in a city. She has a heartbeat which is extremely loud to the point where everyone can hear it. In the beginning, everyone is irritated by her and they got upset over her. But after some time, the people started getting used to the sound. The interesting part about these films is the amazing animation with perspective and use of lines. And on top of that, the symbolism in the story can be taken in many perspectives. One person might take the heartbeat as some type of disability. Films that have a universal theme will probably touch on more people rather than a specific theme. Is because the girl has a fictional thing, more people can understand what the lesson of the story is, if that makes any sense. The girl is stated to have been a bird at one point, again symbolizing that she is different from everyone else. I had to sense this a little bit because of something, but the girl grows wings and flies off satisfied with how others feel. As she flies away, all the people that were teasing her in the beginning, their stuff started to break, and the narrative states that people don't understand what happened to the girl disappearing. And with that, they go back to their normal lives as the credits play out. Clearly, the symbolism for this short is someone having something uncontrollable that is different between others and how the other people perceive him or her. I'm glad there is an English translation for the narrating part, because if that wasn't there, I would be pretty confused. The final film we have for today is Callie the Little Vampire, and this film has the whole narration in Portuguese, so please bear with me, boys. The film is about a little vampire who cannot go outside. He's lonely and has a box of precious items he has in his body. Where he lives, there are these children who are having a good time, whether they're playing cards or throwing a ball around. Whenever the kids leave something behind, he puts it in his box. For whatever reason, one day the kids decide to run on top of the rails as a train is coming towards them. Man, these parents really taught these kids well, huh? One of the kids fall, and right before the train runs him over, the vampire jumps in the way, pushing the kid away, and he's dragged into the tunnel as the train goes on, killing him. And when the train was gone, all his belongings in his box were scattered everywhere. And that's the short. So yeah, this is similar to the other short film where the vampire represents someone who is antisocial and has a difficult time getting to know people. But once the kids saw he kept some of their items and cared about them for so long, it made them feel worse about him dying. But he did it for a reason. He wanted to save the kid because he wanted to meet them, so of course he was going to save them. And not to mention that one person that you may have never thought of may save your life one day. So I guess that's the ultimate theme of this story, possibly. So what are my thoughts? From this trilogy series alone, I thought her work is really interesting, actually. Again, the animation is very unique, and the use of perspective is used greatly in all these films. And on top of that, each story also has a hidden meaning behind the fictional story. Really enjoy the symbolism in these short films. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I think looking at other types of media and other types of cultures can be interesting. And you could see a difference in styles and storytelling. These stories having a more dreary mood to it adds to the emphasis of indifference between the main characters and the people around them. These works did win some awards in Portugal, so props to Pessoa for her work. But what did you guys think of her work? Let me know down below in the comments. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.